Welcome back to Mindset English, where stories teach you more than just history, they help you learn real English in a fun and meaningful way. Today, we're going to explore the incredible journey of Jeff Bezos, the man behind Amazon. This is not just a story about business, it's a lesson in vision, persistence, and dreaming big. And as we go through his life, you'll also be practicing your English listening skills and learning useful vocabulary. So, make sure you stay with me all the way through, because by the end of this episode, you'll not only understand how one of the most powerful companies in the world began, but you'll also have improved your understanding of English. Let's start from the beginning of his life. Jeff Bezos was born on January 12, 1964, in Albuquerque, New Mexico, in the United States. At birth, his name was Jeffrey Preston Jorgensen. That's right, he wasn't born with the name Bezos. His mother, Jacqueline Gies Jorgensen, was only 17 when she gave birth to him. She was still in high school. Being a teenage mother was not easy, and raising a baby at such a young age required strength and courage. But Jacqueline was determined to give her son the best future possible. Jeff's biological father, Ted Jorgensen, had difficulties of his own. He struggled with alcohol and was not very involved in Jeff's life. Jacqueline made the difficult decision to separate from him when Jeff was still just a baby. She knew she needed to build a more stable and supportive environment for her child. A few years later, she married a Cuban immigrant named Miguel Bezos, known as Mike. Mike was a kind and hard-working man who welcomed Jeff into his life and treated him like his own son. He adopted Jeff legally, and that's when Jeff's last name changed from Jorgensen to Bezos. Mike Bezos worked as an engineer at Exxon, one of the largest oil companies in the world. He played a key role in shaping Jeff's values. From a young age, Jeff learned the importance of hard work, discipline, and always being curious about how things work. Jeff showed signs of creativity and intelligence very early in life. There's a story that when he was still a toddler, he tried to take apart his crib with a screwdriver because he wanted to sleep in a real bed. That's how curious and determined he was even as a very small child. As he got older, Jeff spent his summers with his grandfather, Lawrence Preston Gies, on a ranch in Texas. His grandfather was a retired nuclear physicist who had worked for the government. During those summers, Jeff learned how to fix broken machines, repair old equipment, and solve problems creatively. These experiences sparked his interest in science, technology, and problem solving. They helped him develop the mindset of someone who doesn't give up easily and always tries to improve things. In school, Jeff was an excellent student. He read constantly books about science, space, technology, and invention. Teachers noticed that he was extremely focused and always thinking deeply about problems. One day, he even built a homemade alarm system in his bedroom to keep his younger siblings out. Most children might complain or lock their doors, but Jeff used his knowledge to build something that solved his problem. That's a perfect example of how inventive he was. Later, Jeff's family moved to Miami, Florida, where he attended Miami Palmetto Senior High School. There, he continued to perform very well. He became the valedictorian, the top student in his class. During his graduation speech, Jeff shared his dream of helping humans explore space. While other teenagers were thinking about college and careers, Jeff was already imagining a future where people lived on other planets. This showed how big his vision was. Even as a teenager, after high school, Jeff attended one of the most prestigious universities in the United States, Princeton University in New Jersey. At Princeton, he majored in electrical engineering and computer science, subjects that were not just difficult but also essential for the kind of future he wanted to build. Jeff wasn't just interested in getting a job, he wanted to create things that would change the world. At university, Jeff worked extremely hard. He spent countless hours studying, building things, and learning how computers and systems worked. He joined clubs, discussed big ideas with professors, and avoided distractions that other students often got caught up in. He didn't go to parties often or waste time. His dream was always in front of him, pushing him to keep moving forward. After graduating from Princeton in 1986, Jeff had several job offers. His first job was with a company called Fattel, where he worked on technology for sending data over fiber optics, a powerful technology that is essential to the internet. It was at this point that Jeff started to realize how big the internet could become. He later worked for Bankers Trust and then joined a company called D.E. Shaw & Co., a financial firm in New York City. Jeff quickly rose through the ranks and became one of the youngest vice presidents at the company. But even though he was successful and earning a high salary, something was missing. Jeff wanted to build something of his own. He wanted to take a risk and follow his dream of creating something that would impact the world. In 1994, he read a statistic that changed everything. He saw that internet use was growing by 2,300% per year. That's when the idea came to him. What if he started an online store where people could buy books? At that time, no one had done this before. Online shopping was almost unheard of. But Jeff believed in the idea. He left his job at D.E. Shaw, packed up his things, and drove across the country to Seattle with his wife, Mackenzie. During the trip, he wrote the business plan for Amazon. It was a huge risk. He left a secure job, used his savings, and even borrowed money from his parents, who didn't fully understand the business, but believed in their son. In their garage, Jeff and Mackenzie started Amazon. It was a very simple website that sold books, but Jeff saw the future. He believed that Amazon wouldn't just be a bookstore, it would be the world's biggest marketplace. Still, in the beginning, it was a real struggle. Many people didn't trust the idea of buying things online. Jeff and his small team worked long hours, often sleeping at the office, fixing problems, improving the website, and shipping books themselves. The first few months were full of challenges. Orders were small, technical issues popped up, customers had questions. But Jeff had a rule: always focus on the customer. If someone had a problem, they would solve it immediately. If something broke, they would fix it quickly. That focus on customer satisfaction became the foundation of Amazon's culture. Slowly, the company started to grow. They began hiring more people, moving out of the garage into a proper office. By 1997, just 3 years after launching, Amazon became a public company. This meant people could buy shares of Amazon on the stock market. But even after becoming public, Amazon still wasn't making a profit. In fact, it lost money for many years. Still, Jeff wasn't worried. He believed in long-term thinking. In the late 1990s, something strange happened. Many internet companies were starting and growing very quickly. Investors were excited, but many of these companies had no real plans for making money. This was called the dot-com bubble. When the bubble burst. Many companies went out of business. People started to worry that Amazon might also fail, but Jeff stayed calm. He believed that Amazon's strong customer focus and clear mission would help it survive. To keep growing, Amazon expanded its products. In 1998, it started selling CDs, electronics, and toys. Jeff wanted to make Amazon a place where you could find everything, but he also knew that fast delivery was key. People didn't want to wait weeks for their orders. So Jeff began investing in warehouses and better shipping systems. Eventually, Amazon built its own network, which helped it ship products faster than anyone else. Another big idea Jeff had was allowing other sellers to use Amazon's platform. This meant small businesses and individuals could sell their products on Amazon's website. Amazon would take care of the shipping, payments, and customer service. This idea turned Amazon into a true marketplace and helped it grow even faster without needing to buy every product themselves. Even with all this growth, Amazon still wasn't making much profit. But Jeff wasn't focused on quick wins. He cared about the future. In 2005, Amazon launched Prime, a membership program where people paid a fee to get free two-day shipping. Some people thought it was a bad idea who would pay just to get faster shipping, but Jeff believed that if customers felt they were getting great service, they would keep coming back. Prime became a massive success. Millions of people signed up, and it helped Amazon grow even more. Jeff also started looking at other industries. In 2006, Amazon launched Oz, Amazon Web Services. This allowed companies to rent space on Amazon's servers. It was like letting other companies store their files, apps, and websites using Amazon's technology. AWS became one of Amazon's most profitable businesses and completely changed how companies use the internet. In 2007, Amazon introduced the Kindle, an e-reader that allowed people to download and read books digitally. It was a huge success and helped Amazon dominate the e-book market. Jeff didn't stop there. Amazon moved into groceries with Amazon Fresh and even bought Whole Foods, a chain of grocery stores, to bring Amazon into physical retail spaces. After many years of reinvesting profits into the business, Amazon finally became profitable in 2003. From that point on, its growth became unstoppable. Jeff Bezos became the richest person in the world, but he never acted like someone who had finished the job. He still showed up with energy, made big decisions, and focused on innovation. One thing that made Jeff different was how he thought about time. He always said that Amazon should think like it's day one. That meant they should act like a new company full of energy, open to new ideas, and never becoming too comfortable. He didn't want Amazon to become slow or lazy just because it was successful. That day, one mindset kept the company moving forward. Jeff also believed in bold, long-term thinking. He once said that if you're working on something exciting that you really care about, you don't have to be pushed, the vision pulls you. He believed that the only way to build something great was to take risks and believe in what you're doing, even when others don't understand. And so, from a small garage in Seattle to becoming one of the most powerful companies in the world, Jeff Bezos' story is not just about building a business. It's about imagination, hard work, never giving up, and always thinking about what comes next. And that's exactly where we'll pick up the story next. because as Amazon grew into a global powerhouse, Jeff began to set his sights on something even bigger: the stars. And just like Jeff Bezos, you can create something amazing. But remember, the road to that success won't always be easy. It's a journey filled with long nights, difficult decisions, and moments when you might want to give up. Jeff faced all of those and more. In the early days of Amazon, he packed books himself, drove them to the post office, and worked from a small garage. He didn't start out as one of the richest people on the planet. He became that through relentless effort, vision, and a strong belief in what he was building. That belief, that unshakable confidence in his dream, was what helped Jeff keep going even when things were tough. And that's something you need to carry with you too. Maybe your dream is starting a business, writing a book, launching an app, or helping your community. Whatever it is, don't wait for the perfect moment. Start now. Begin today. Even if your first steps are small or uncertain, the most important thing is that you take them. Progress begins with movement. The more you move forward, the clearer your path will become. Jeff once said, "We are stubborn on vision. We are flexible on details." That mindset is golden. Your vision should be strong and clear, something you hold onto no matter what. But how you get there, that will change. You'll have to adapt, adjust, pivot, and sometimes even start over. That's okay. The journey is not a straight line. It's full of loops, detours, and new discoveries. Embrace those. Learn from every turn. Each mistake isn't the end. It's a stepping stone, guiding you to where you're supposed to go. Another thing that helped Jeff was customer obsession. He didn't just try to sell things, he tried to make the entire experience better for the customer. That's a lesson for anyone trying to build something meaningful. Whether you're creating a product, a service, or content online, always put your audience first. Think about what they need. What will make their lives easier or better? When you truly serve others, success becomes a natural byproduct. As Amazon grew, Jeff didn't stop innovating. That's another trait that defines great leaders. They keep pushing forward, always looking for the next big idea. He didn't rest on his early success. He kept asking, "What's next?" That's how Amazon went from just an online bookstore to becoming a leader in cloud computing with AWS, a pioneer in smart home technology with Alexa, and even a major player in entertainment with Prime Video. All of these expansions came from the same mindset: think big, act bold, and never be afraid to explore new territory. You might think, well, he had money and a team. But remember, that came later. In the beginning, he was just a guy with a dream. The difference is, he acted on it. That's the lesson. You don't need to have all the resources today. You need the courage to begin, the resilience to keep going, and the creativity to make the most of what you have. Jeff also made sure to surround himself with smart, talented people who believed in the mission. He wasn't afraid to hire people who were better than him in certain areas. That's something many people struggle with. But true leadership means knowing what you don't know and finding people who can fill those gaps. Building a strong team isn't about ego, it's about growth. And growth is what transforms small ideas into world-changing companies. As Amazon became more powerful, Jeff began thinking beyond just business. He looked at the bigger picture. How could he use his wealth and influence to make the world better? That's when he started initiatives like the Bezos Earth Fund, investing in climate protection. He didn't have to do that, but he chose to, because success without purpose is empty. That's a powerful reminder for all of us. When you do find success, use it to give back, help others rise, protect the planet, leave a legacy that's bigger than just money. Jeff's interest in space wasn't just about rockets. It was about the future of humanity. He believes that one day, millions of people will live and work in space, that Earth can become a paradise, protected from heavy industry, while innovation thrives beyond our atmosphere. That vision is bold. It might sound far off or even impossible, but remember, so did online shopping. Once upon a time, people laughed at the idea. Now, we can't live without it. The same might happen with space, and if it does, it'll be because people like Jeff took that first leap. That's another lesson. Don't be afraid to dream beyond what seems possible. Let your imagination run wild. The world needs big thinkers, people who aren't afraid to try something that's never been done before. And while Jeff focuses on space and climate, he hasn't forgotten the importance of personal life. Even with all his business ventures, he spent time raising a family, staying connected with his children, and building real relationships. Balance is important. Success isn't just about work. It's about living a life you're proud of. That includes time with loved ones, personal growth, and giving yourself space to enjoy the journey, even after stepping down as CEO. Jeff's legacy continues to shape Amazon and inspire millions of people. His journey proves that success is never truly finished. It's a living, breathing thing. It evolves. It grows with you. So don't think of success as a finish line. Think of it as a lifestyle, a commitment to always push forward, stay curious, and never stop growing. Wherever you are in your journey, whether you're just starting out or already chasing your dream, know this: you have what it takes. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin. Keep learning, keep trying, stay patient, and don't let fear decide your future. Jeff Bezos didn't know exactly how things would turn out. He just believed in his dream and gave it everything he had. So take that risk. Start that business. Write that book. Build that app. Record that video. Apply for that job. Reach out to that mentor. Try, even if you fail. Because every small action today builds the foundation for something great tomorrow. And maybe one day, someone will be telling your story about how you believed in yourself when no one else did, about how you started with nothing but an idea and turned it into something that changed lives. That's the power you hold right now. It's real, and it's yours. If Jeff's story teaches us anything, it's that greatness begins with the decision to try, to take that first step. The rest, that's up to you. You've read this far because something inside you is ready. You're ready to dream bigger, you're ready to work harder, and you're ready to turn your potential into something extraordinary. So, what are you waiting for? Start today. Take that first step, and never stop. Your future is waiting. And if you found inspiration in this story, if it sparked something in you or helped you see what's possible, then share it with someone else. Maybe they need to hear it too. Like, share, and subscribe. To keep the motivation flowing, there's a whole world of ideas and inspiration coming your way. Let's build something amazing together. Your journey starts now. Let's go.